What is up, dudes? Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel, most of you. My name's Justine, and I was on the internet's cringiest dating show, Bestie Picks Bae, from 17 magazine, where YouTuber Kurtis Connor picked me to be Dean Hebscher's girlfriend, because that's a sentence. What? So in this video, I'm going to be telling you all about my Wattpad YN life, my real life imagined life. First off, I'm sorry if I'm a little bit loopy or seem kind of tired or sick, because I am all of those things. And this is my third video, so I'm very new to this. Please bear with me. But we gotta give the people what they want, and people want answers. People have been asking how to get on the show, what it was like to be on it, is it scripted, what happened after the cameras were rolling, and I am here to tell you everything. All of that. First off, yes, I am a Kurtis Connor fan. A fan won the show. Dude, how great is that? I feel like I infiltrated. Anyway, yes, I am a fan of Kurtis Connor, but I don't feel like I've earned the right to call myself a super fan. I've only been watching him for about a year or so, and actually this is where the story starts. So part one, Kurtis Connor made me single. What a weird sentence. He's not gonna like that if he hears that. But yes, Kurtis Connor made me single. The first video I found of Kurtis Connor is ironically unlike the rest of his other videos. It's the one where he's talking about how he met and fell in love with his lovely girlfriend Jenna. And at the time when I found this video, I was in a long-term relationship, and I remember watching it and hearing this guy talk about how much he appreciates his girlfriend, and it really struck me for the first time how different it was that my boyfriend at the time would talk about me, or how he felt towards me. Down the line later, when we ended up eventually breaking up, I actually came back to this video, and it helped me a lot to remember why it was we didn't work out, and actually kind of helped me not get back together with him. So in a way, Kurtis Connor's video helped me stay single, and that set up everything else. Because honestly, if it wasn't for that, it's a possibility that I may not have been single, and I wouldn't have applied for Bestie Picks Bae. So applying for the show, I found out about Bestie Picks Bae from Kurtis's videos. He started that series with his friend Dean, making fun of it, and dude, this was top tier content. That series is funny. That series is just funny, man. When the third one came out, the most recent one, I remember I got my notification on my phone. I went home. I was out with friends, actually. Wow, that sounds so lame. I went home to watch a video. They're just so good. And so I came home to my apartment a little tipsy. I was right on that couch over there. I turn on the TV, I go to YouTube, I turn on the video, and then in the strange wiring of my brain, I have the brilliant idea of looking up, where is this filmed in the first place? First result is the application form to be on Bestie Picks Bae that they're casting for the next season right now. I click it and I find out that they film not so far from my work. And so I'm like, okay, I'll apply. So literally, as I'm still watching Kurtis's video, while it's playing, I am applying for the show. I'll pull up the receipts here. This is when that video came out, and here's my confirmation email of applying for the show. It's within days, because I was watching it at the same time. I filled out that application pretty tipsy, and so my answers were pretty stupid and had a lot of spelling mistakes. I thought, oh, for sure, I'm not gonna get in. So I didn't think anything of it. I thought they're not gonna pick me. I don't hear from them for a little while, and then I get an email requesting a Skype interview. They ask me some funny questions like, who's my celebrity crush? What am I looking for in a man? And then I don't hear from them again for weeks. I felt like, great, a dating show casting. How fitting is it that it's going the exact same way dating also goes. This casting department ghosted me too. So I'm just like left in the dark until a few days before the actual shoot. They send me all the information, the time, the location, what to wear, what not to wear. And I'm like, damn, all right, I'm on. Edit that out, Justine. So the day of the show comes around, I get escorted to the room of the baes, the potential baes. First impression, I see all of them and I think like, ah, I'm done for. They're all so pretty, much prettier than me. These are the thoughts going through my head. So we get put into this room, all the baes, all the potential baes. We're sat there for like half an hour, like a while. And so during that time, we all get to talking and we all genuinely become friends. We start to become friends. We actually started a group chat that day and we still talk in it today. While we're in this room, they prep us. They make us sign an NDA, which means we can't talk about what happens on the show until the show comes out. And then in addition to the NDA, they also tell us one more hint or suggestion. They tell us to act as crazy and wacky and out there as you can, because the crazier you act, the more screen time you'll get. And honestly, at first I was going to try, but it's not me, so I gave up. And I thought I wasn't gonna make it anyway, so I just gave up. I was just completely myself, which ended up being even scarier because I am myself in that video, and so any mean comments that could come are actually to me, not some character I was playing. But that's a whole other thing. So next part is the actual filming. To answer one of the most popular questions, it is completely unscripted. There is no script, no preparation beforehand. We don't even know what the questions are going to be. We don't know what the questions are going to be like. We have no idea. It's very much on the spot and everything is real. Like, it's really real. I gotta give props to 17 magazine for that. A lot of reality shows are very staged, fake. They feed them lines, they tell them what to do, but this 100% was real, which was pretty awesome. And at the same time makes way for all of the cringy answers that you see in a lot of the shows, and our show included, because you're on the spot, you get really nervous, people are waiting for you to come up with an answer that you say something stupid sometimes. So give us some slack. Give all the girls some slack. They really, really deserve it. Me too. But yes, it's real. When we're coming out for the first time on the video, that is really the first time we're coming out and seeing the boys. If you listen carefully, at one point, I think the beginning of my sentence is cut off, but you can hear me say, what are you doing here? As we're like just laughing to each other. Because I was surprised. What are you doing here? I am going to film a video reacting to the actual show. Believe it or not, I haven't really seen it. I can't watch myself, so I haven't seen it all the way through yet. So I'm gonna be doing a reaction to that. So I'm gonna leave my commentary for what's in the video for that. But I will tell you everything about what was cut out, everything in between. It was edited in a way to make it seem like the fact that I knew who they were was a big surprise at the end and nobody knew. But really, it was revealed from the start, because obviously, like, I couldn't hide it. When I saw him, I was super surprised. And so they asked me like, oh, you know who these guys are? And I'm like, all right, yeah, I do. I actually bought tickets for Kurtis Connor's show as part of the We Are Two Different People tour coming up in September. This was filmed back in August, I think. So they knew right off the bat, they knew from the beginning, it wasn't a secret. So I said I knew him and that I had tickets to his show. Which explains why one of the girls thought that he was a musician, because I didn't say what kind of show it was. I guess it sounded like he was a musician. I guess, and also he kind of looks like a musician. Like a discount musician, apparently. Another thing that was cut out, obviously, was what was in between each question. We were having our little side conversations while we're waiting for them to set up, and there's a little bit of banter and back and forth, and once in a while, luckily, I was able to make Kurtis and Dean laugh. And I think I suspect that that was a big part as to why he ended up picking me. Not exactly the answers to the questions, but just kind of, I guess, the way we were getting along or vibing. When I felt like the cameras weren't rolling, of course I was much more comfortable and much more myself. When the cameras were rolling, I was super nervous. Another thing that was cut out was that members of the crew kept offering us Red Bull energy drinks. I guess to, you know, get us more amped up and hyper. But the amount of times they offered us Red Bull, it felt like I was being pushed drugs. She said that like Dean had taken a lot of Red Bull, which made sense. He seemed really, really hyper during the shoot. So we go through the shoot, I get picked. I'm like, yay! And then we do the reveal. So up until this point, up until the reveal, everything had been really like guided or directed. Again, they didn't tell us what to do, but they would tell us very much like, all right, your turn to speak. Okay, your turn. Right, look into this camera. Now you say your answer. It was very much like this, 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 this. But now with the reveal after that, there was no more instruction. They just like, they set us up and they tell them to take off the blindfold and then no more instruction. Like they stop talking. The crew's quiet and they just let the cameras roll. And so during this time, I was like really out of it. I was happy to be picked, but the shoot took so long. It was like 5 hours and I had work in the morning, so I was up early and I didn't have lunch. And I kind of just wanted to get out of there. So the combination of being a little bit checked out plus not having direction anymore made me feel really confused and out of my element, which wasn't fair to Dean, but I'm sure he was feeling the same way. So during the reveal, honestly, I felt kind of awkward. From his body language, what I personally read off of it, it seemed like he wasn't really into me, I guess, or not that impressed by what he saw. And so my first thought was like, damn, like that sucks for him. He's blind. No, but like obviously, yeah, I felt a little bit disappointed and I couldn't help but think like, oh, I guess he just doesn't like me. But like, whatever. Not everyone's gonna like you, right? So anyway, to recap, I stayed single because of Kurtis Connor's videos. I applied to the show from watching him and Dean make fun of it. And then I got on the show and then Kurtis picked me for Dean. It sounds made up. It sounds made up. What happened after the camera stopped rolling? That's what everybody wants to know. When they were done filming, it was immediately just, all right, you're free to do whatever you want. You were free to leave. We had the option of just never seeing each other again, ever. Nobody told us, like, all right, now you have this voucher to a restaurant nearby. You're gonna go send off on a date. No, there was no like forced date. There was no plan or anything. It was completely up to you. So after filming, we exchanged numbers. He asked for my Insta, we exchanged that, connected on there, and then they left. And I thought maybe I'll never see him again. After the show, we've been in contact. We keep in light touch, and we have actually met up a couple of times. It's been really nice. He's a super cool dude. I like what I know of him. Overall, I'm just so happy. I am so thankful to 17 Magazine, Kurtis, and Dean, of course. I know that this video is maybe probably not that funny because there's a lot of information that I wanted to put in, but I promise the next one you won't want to miss. Thank you so much for sticking around. As a bonus for sticking to the end of this video, here's a little cute clip of my little brother's reactions to seeing me win the show.
Aww. Aww.
Justine won?
No.
Yes, you did.
Oh, Justine won!
She won! She won! I didn't understand, Luki. Luki, are you so You're so funny, Luki.
I'm done talking about this now. I hope you liked it. Please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, you know the whole spiel. I need the internet points.
I made some tea. Would you like a cup of tea?
Dean!
Oh!
You're filming a video. Sorry.
Yes.
Whoops. I'll get another shot.
I'll just edit that part out. It's alright.